Fighting out of the red corner, his home is Jacksonville, Florida. Fighting out of Tallahassee. Please, ladies and gentlemen, trained by John Jackson. He's had 28 fights, 25 wins, 21 by KO, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Here to make some amends, ladies and gentlemen, Nate Campbell. And his opponent needed no introduction, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing solid white with black trim. He weighed in at 59.5 kilograms, born in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Fighting way of St. Louis, Missouri, trained by Roger Bloodworth. 26 fights, 24 wins, 13 KOs, 2 losses, ladies and gentlemen, Robbie. Bernie Bowman, Scott Broyle, Mac McGuinness, Simon Hillman, Bob Todd, and Nico Williams. Recorded no sharp Dr. John Dory.
That's exactly what I want. Both your drills are just about right, but here's okay, and here's okay. All right, no lower. Keep your punches up, keep your heads out of it, break when I tell you to break. Neutral corner's there and the one behind me. Shake hands, good luck, protect yourselves at all times.
Judges Tom Sexton, Ignatius Misialides, Brian Gary. Referee in charge when the bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, the action starts. Mr. John Wright.
Okay, Johnny Wright gives the final instructions. It's the 10-point must-scoring system. No standing 8 count. No free knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. If we get into any of those accidental headbutts, I'll explain the rules to you as it becomes pertinent to this fight. Right away, you see Nate Campbell going to work with that jab in the face of Robbie Peden. Peden tries to close the gap, kind of feints with that right hand. Now he lets it fly. It sails over the shoulder of Nate Campbell. Campbell, this is where he wants to fight it on the inside, but Peden cracks on the inside. Trying to make a statement in the early going.
Peden's taking the fight right up to him and nailed him with a good right hand. He certainly wants to exert his authority here in the opening second.
Nice side-to-side movement. That's the training of Roger Bloodworth and the good sparring that Robbie Peden has got leading up to this fight. Remember, he worked a lot with young Michael Casitas, and that's a great work for both of them.
Fantastic work, but I'll tell you what, you couldn't get much better work than Nate Campbell's had with Shane Mosley. He's been sparring, his main sparring partner has been Shane Mosley.
That's for sure. Nate hangs that hand a little bit low, that left hand, and he is a good right-hand target for Robbie Peden. Peden kind of forcing the fight right now as Nate waits back on his heels. Falls out with the left hand. Robbie waits now. Now he goes forward, falls short, very quick on his feet is Nate Campbell. This is round number 1, scheduled for 12. This is for the 130-pound championship of the world. The favorite son of Australia, Robbie Peden, coming forward in the white trunk. That's Nate Campbell facing you right now. Robbie with his back here. Gets touched up by Nate, and now here's Robbie right back with a couple of cracks of his own. Nate comes off the ropes, adjusts those trunks, and what is Robbie waiting for?
Robbie's looking very confident, though. He's waiting for an opportunity. He's landed one good right hand. He just threw a left hook right hand there. I think Robbie Peden's looking extremely confident.
Yeah, and there's the stern instructions of John Wright. He says, get out, now box. You know what I was referring to, though, when I saw Nate go to those trucks. I hate to see a fighter wait and allow his opponent to adjust his equipment.
For sure, if he gives you an opportunity, you've got to grab it. But I'll tell you, a good shot from Robbie Peden. I think he's dictating in this opening round.
Yes, he is dictating the opening round. He feints a nice jab that was thrown out by Nate. Robbie up on his toes, feints down again, waiting to throw the right hand. Instead, he ties up on the inside. See if anyone blasts while they're on the inside. Robbie hits him up on the back, but nothing too serious. Robbie showing nice side-to-side movement, rolling the shoulders, touching him up with the left hand, but he's going to let that right hand fly. On the inside, this is what Campbell would like to fight some of the fight. But you know something? I think Robbie's been more effective on the inside than in the first fight.
Definitely he has. He's boxing very well in close. He's giving Campbell angles. He's coming up with his left jab. He's boxing very, very well in this opening round.
Oh, he loaded up the right hand. With Nate hanging that left hand low, he was wide open for the right hand power shot. And that's there all night for Robbie.
Yep.
Robbie's winning this first round in my score sheet, I'll tell you that. He's having a nice first round. Steps up with a stiff jab that puts the head back of Nate. Nate can't seem to get off really good. As I say that, he throws the right hand. Both guys miss wild shots.
Good round for Peden as we come up to the bell for the first round. The first round of this championship fight was definitely Robbie Peden's.
An excellent first round for Robbie Peden, and that is a real confidence builder for him now.
Yes, definitely a big confidence builder. Nate Campbell seemed a little bit unsure of himself to me there, Bob. He didn't know what he should be doing, loading up or boxing or fighting up close, whereas Robbie Peden had a dead set game plan.
I'll tell you this, in comparison to the last time I saw Robbie fight, and I saw him very early in his career, this guy is a much, much improved fighter. I mean, he looks like a champion to me tonight. He
looks very good. He looked very classy in that opening round.
A long way to go, though. This is championship time, 12 rounds. This is only round number 2. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. Working with me, Barry Michael and Paul Upham doing our interviews. You had the opportunity to have both promoters, Tony Caradon and Glenn Wheatley, dropped by at different times during the course of the fight. We're at the Vodafone Arena in Melbourne, Australia. And once again, I thank my sponsor, Qantas Airlines, for making it possible for me to be here. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're watching around the world. Round number 2 from Melbourne, Australia. Robbie Peden of Australia in the white trunks. Nate Campbell in the multicolored trunks from the United States. Right in the center of the ring. This is a big ring, 24-foot ring it is. But you said they could fight it in a phone booth, and that's pretty much the truth, sir.
Yep, I'll tell you, a good right hand from Campbell, but Peden threw 4 punches back, even the score. But yeah,
hand speed looks just short of extraordinary right now at this stage in round number 2. But I think Nate is going to be a guy that wants to land the one big blast if he can. Robbie can be hit to the left side of his head, too. So Robbie is doing a lot of nice side-to-side movement, rolling those shoulders and coming back to his right more, trying to stay away. As I say that, of course, he's circling to his left, but he'll move off to the right to avoid that power of Nate. Nate trying to sneak off the left shoulder. Oh, he got nailed with the left hook.
Lovely little left hook. I'll tell you what, though, Robbie's very side on. He's making a very hard target to hit at this stage.
Oh, yeah, his movement is excellent. His defense is terrific. And that's one of the things they scored. That time, he stepped up into the jab. Nate loaded up the right hand and just grazed the jaw. Now this fight opens up. We got us a pair of 6 right now.
Robbie Peden believes he can put him away. Believe me, he shouldn't be drawn in too much of a slugfest, but he's doing very, very well. Very confident, Robbie Peden, at this stage.
Extremely confident, and he bangs to the inside. Now Nate says, I'll have none of that, and he wants to load up his right hand. But Robbie comes with a whole different barrage of punches, uppercuts on the inside. And Johnny Wright has to really scream, keep him up, guys, keep the hands up.
Oh, Robbie Peden was hurt.
Look at him load up that shot.
Robbie Peden walked into a big right hand there. He wobbled for a second. They both threw right hands at the same time, and Campbell landed cleanly, and it actually shook Robbie Peden up.
It looks like Robbie's knees are a little bit loose right now, so he's got to be careful because Campbell is dangerous. And
there it is again.
He staggered him again.
Yes.
Caught him with a good shot, and he staggered Robbie just a bit. His legs aren't totally there. He's got lead in his heels, and his knees are wobbly. This is a very good round now. Suddenly for Nate Campbell with a minute to go. And now Nate is getting the confidence as Robbie has to sort of hang on.
Robbie's got to watch the right hands. Both boys tangled up and fell over there, but Robbie Peden's getting hit with the right hands. He was hurt twice.
He was hurt with that first shot in there, and then the power shot again by Nate Campbell.
Someone's going to lose points in a minute, I'm telling you, all right? Come on, box.
You hear the warning of John Wright, who is in command. And this could be a very rough and tumble fight, so I'm glad to see John Wright, the experience. Actually, he's in his 4th world title fight, but he's done a ton of fights down here in Australia.
He sure has, but I'll tell you what, getting back to the fight, Robbie Peden can't afford to be nailed with right hands like that.
Oh, he can't. Nate rolls that time and avoided the right hand of Robbie Peden. Robbie's legs aren't 100% there right now. I'll tell you that right now. You see him a little staggery there?
Yep.
Nice shot by a director. I'm glad that you got that shot because it shows how loose he is in the knee. That's the round for Nate Campbell. You get excited. This is the let me carry it forward and then swing it in.
Let's have a look at this. This is good punching from Robbie Peden. Oh, good, lovely left hook from Peden. He did some good stuff that round. Lovely left hook again. But a couple of big right hands from Robbie Peden. Bob, I think you scored it for Nate Campbell, but Robbie was hurt there with 2 shots. But I really think if you looked at the amount of scoring punches, Robbie Peden would have landed more over the round, but he dead set was wobbled badly twice.
But, you know, there's a good point that we can discuss here now, and that's where the punch stat that they use and seem to, give so much emphasis to in scoring in the United States, and I don't give it that credence. Professional boxing is about the hurt business, and at no time was Campbell hurt in that round, even though you're absolutely right. He was hit by more punches.
Yep.
Robbie was staggered twice.
Yep.
Therefore, I gave the round to Nate Campbell.
And I can understand that too. I really can.
And if that's the case and the judges agree, this is a dead-even fight going to 3, which makes it a dandy, huh?
Robbie Peden's got to be careful. That right hand's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. That time, Robbie got off with a pretty good left hook that spun the head of Nate. But Nate has a lot more confidence now. And if you notice, he's loading up shots now, Barry Michael.
Yeah, he's loading up. The first round he looked a bit lost, but now he's had success in the second round, and there it is again. Wow, that was close.
Sneaky right hand lead, but luckily for Robbie, he was rolling his head with that shot and didn't take the full brunt of that right hand as Robbie was spinning his head to the right. I'll tell you this, Nate has definitely got the attention of Robbie, and this is going to be a very, very tough fight for both men before it's all over. Somebody's going to get knocked out. This thing isn't going
to. No, I agree. It's not going the distance. Robbie Peden's got to keep that chin down. When he jabs, Campbell comes in with the right hand over the top. There it was again.
Well, he's inside, and he's got his hands down hitting the body of Nate, and that's exactly when Nate wants to fight this fight. If he can have him hitting his body and have his hands free upstairs, he can blast Peden. Nate with a looping right hand catches Robbie. This is a difficult round to score with just a little over a minute gone. Not a lot between the two, but look at the power punches that Campbell's actually landing in this round. That may be the difference so far in the first sort of minute and a half of this third round of the fight. Now Peden comes back, and Campbell just slips his punches, just sliding that head left and right.
Good left hand work by Peden. He's got to be careful when he uses that left hand. That's Campbell sweating on the right hand.
But right now, Campbell has picked up the pace, and he's beating Robbie Peden to the punch right now. Robbie misses again. Then he gets the left hook right back as he's countered by Nate. Nate blows up the right hand, whistles past the jaw of Robbie Peden. And you are so right about, look at him hanging that left hand. That's a dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Robbie's got his work cut out for him, I'll tell you.
Yeah, this round's a better round for Campbell.
I think Campbell's really beginning to take command of this round. Robbie's going to do something extraordinary to turn this round back in his favor in the last minute of the round. See the pit-a-pat punches now, and Campbell has no fear right now of the punching power that Peden showed in the first round.
Keep him up, okay? Stop.
A little bit of frustration by Campbell as referee John Wright says, keep your hands up. And you can just see the frustrating look on his face, but you're fighting in this guy's backyard. You better pay attention to fighting Nate Campbell and not worry about what the ref is saying.
True, yeah. Nate wants to keep his eye on Robbie Peden. He doesn't want to take his eye off him when he looks at the tape of his last fight, but Nate Campbell looking to load up there. Robbie moving fast, using the ring.
There's that movement again. Robbie did get a nice left hand through there, but I don't think it's enough to steal the round off Nate. He tries to finish strong. He blasts him to the body, catches him upstairs in the head.
Yep.
Closing seconds down the third round, and you hear John really on Campbell about low blows. And I haven't seen a low blow yet myself.
Well, I think, they're hitting the protector, but I don't call them low blows. They're definitely in the scoring area the way I see it. I need to have a look at it in slow motion, but I don't see that they're below the belt line, Bob.
Who did you give that round to?
I think Nate Campbell got that round.
I gave it to Campbell as well.
Heavier punches. Robbie did some good stuff, but he was caught by too many right hands again.
Unofficially, I've got it 29-28 in favor of Campbell after 3. But we have the tie official, Samsuk Sirawat, Ignatius Misselidis, and Brian Gary of the United States doing the official judging.
Next time you're going to lose a point, okay? Okay?
And there's a warning about any more what he's calling low blows that he's going to take a point away, and that is going to be frustrating for Nate.
Oh, for sure, because he is a terrific body puncher. We needed to see a bit of that in slow motion. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of the grabs of that, but if it happens again, I'm sure we will.
All right, this is round number 4. Bob Sheridan with Barry Michael. Paul Upham handling the interviews, a lot of the color around the ring. This is round 4, and a very, very close fight so far. Peden looked terrific in round number 1, then Campbell came on with power shots and actually round. It was more of an even round, but Nate, I thought, landed the more power punch.
Well, Peden needs to watch that right hand. That right hand's dangerous. And Campbell knows he can land it, and he's sweating on it. Good left, lovely left hand work from Robbie Peden. And again.
Yeah, his left is working good, and the right hand is there too for Robbie to get it off.
That was
he
good.
touched him up with the left hand. Now Nate trying to go to that body again, but you know Peden has got his protector so high that it's frustrating to Campbell because he's banging him on that protector, and John Wright is really on his case. That's how high the protector is on the body of Robbie Peden. I mean, it's really high.
No. You put it. Go over there.
We've got to
go
cut
over
eye.
there for a minute.
Now we get time called,
Give me a
and
look.
Nate Campbell is cut by the right eye, and let's get the official word if it's a headbutt or not.
It's all right.
Nate Campbell screamed that he headbutted him.
I think it's all right. Just needs cleaning up.
As I said before, I noticed Nate Campbell had some scar tissue over those eyes. It's on the outside. It's a nasty cut, but the blood's not going to bleed into the eye.
Did you see how
By the way, according to the rules,
was it a punch? Did you see it? Punch?
Nate Campbell said it was a headbutt. We haven't got an official word. He called it a punch. So that's a significant difference now. And let me explain to you what that means, folks. If it had been a headbutt, it would have gone to the scorecard. But in the case of clean punch causing the cut, it means that if you're stopped because of the cut, you lose the fight.
Yep.
So get that straight. If this fight is stopped after the fourth round, because of that cut, he wins the fight, says Peden.
Robbie Peden looking very confident here, boxing very well. And look, there was some heads crashing there, but Robbie Peden's put them together beautifully here.
Yeah, Peden's having a terrific round. He's got Nate really frustrated by the fact that in Nate's mind he was headbutted, and the heads are coming together.
Look, by my experience, Bob, 95% of punches are headbutts or elbows.
Yeah.
And the heads were clashing up there. You know, I'd have to look at it in slow-mo, but the heads did clash, and the cut appeared.
Well, you know, you said in one of your comments before the fight that the scarring tissue around the eyes of Campbell could be a factor in this fight. There's a pretty good right hand by Campbell, and there's an urgency of Campbell now to land some big right hands because the cut is in a bad. There's the heads coming together again, and now John Wright says step back. In that case, it looked almost like Campbell did the butting, didn't it? The way he came in with his head down.
Yeah, but they've got to be careful, these guys. We don't want it to end in a disqualification or something like that. It's a terrific, clean fight at the moment. But as you said, Nate Campbell, a bit of desperation there from Campbell.
And now John Wright calls the doctor in. Now remember, if it stopped
I don't believe
inside of 4 rounds, if it stopped inside of 4 rounds, it's a no contest. This fight is a no contest if it stopped before the end of the 4th round. So this round is very significant. That's an important rule for you folks to know. If this fight is stopped before the end of this round, this is no contest.
Wouldn't that be dreadful?
All right, now it's an official fight.
Okay, Robbie Peden looked very confident as he went back to his corner. It was a big round for Robbie Peden. We're in Peden's corner.
You've got to keep your cool now. Fight just much the way you fought is thus far. You understand? Don't get careless.
Everybody be quiet. Everybody be quiet. Listen to me.
That's it.
Now you take a look at the way Campbell is complaining. He claimed it was a headbutt. But see that again, the official is actually asking us to take a look and tell if we can see. He'd like to know if we can see if it's a headbutt. He ruled it a punch, and actually all a referee can do is call what he sees. If he didn't see a headbutt, he's going to call it, an illegal, a legal blow, and that's the way he ruled it. But right now,
Look,
let's see how it goes as we go to the 5th round.
if we've got a good cut man now, I had 300 stitches over my eyes after fights, and I never lost a fight on cuts. Where he's cut is where I used to cut. The blood will run down the corner of the eye and down the face. A good cut man will stop the bleeding, and it shouldn't impair Nate Campbell's vision at all. And let's hope that it doesn't stop this fight, because this is a terrific fight.
And that's from a guy who's had to have plastic surgery after being a former world champion at this very weight classification, 130 pounds. Look at Nate now. He's like a cat. He's after
Some dangerous head work up there by both boys too, but Nate Campbell looking desperate.
Nate is showing some desperation. He still has a lot of power with both his left hook and his right hand as the blood trickles from that eye.
Robbie Peden, all he's got to really do now, the punch has been classified, caused by a punch. The cut has been caused by a punch. All Robbie Peden needs to do is keep his cool and keep picking at that cut, keep working away, because Nate Campbell is in very frustrated territory at the moment.
Nice sneaky jab inside there by Robbie Peden. We're in round 5. This is scheduled for 12. This is the World Super Featherweight Championship of the IBF. It's a 130-pound division. The IBF official is here, Ray Wheatley, watching on. Blood all over the face, puffiness underneath the left eye of Nate Campbell, and the cut by the right eye.
Yeah, Nate Campbell's other eye is not looking good at all. His face is marked up noticeably. Oh,
big flash with the right hand by Robbie Peden on the inside. Nate really frustrated right now.
Being outboxed at the moment, Bob. He's being picked off. He's frustrated, and Robbie Peden's taking a big advantage of it, which is, a credit to him. He's fighting a very smart fight at the moment, Robbie Peden.
Robbie a little bit puffy underneath his right eye as well, but Nate has got to load up that right hand and hope he can hit it. His hands are coming down a little bit low, which means he's showing a little bit of fatigue in this fifth round right now. Part of that is you heard Barry say is frustration, because John Wright was on his case about sort of low blows. That got him distracted a little bit. Then what he called a headbutt, but what referee John Wright had to call a clean punch has had an effect on more or less the attitude and desire of Nate Campbell. But, you're a former champ. You can't let that bother you. You're in a fight. This is the hurt business.
At the moment, Robbie Peden's got this title in the bag. I tell you, Nate Campbell's only chance at this stage is to land that big bomb, but Robbie Peden's doing a very good job at the moment.
Yeah, Robbie's outboxing him here in the 5th round. Everything is sort of going his way. He's got Nate frustrated. Nate tries to land a shot in the body. Robbie's able to smother it. Robbie turned this fight around. You see him push him off. They just wants to let Campbell know, hey, you're in my backyard, fella.
Have a look at Nate Campbell's face, Bob. It's a mess. His eyes are bad, both eyes bleeding.
There's the bell ending the 5th round, and good hand speed. Nice combination. That's a mean round.
Nate Campbell looked very tired as he went back to his corner too. Slumped into the stool. Bleeding from both eyes. Under the left eye, over the right eye. Actually, more of a lump under the left eye, with a lot of blood from the right eye. Should be able to be controlled quite easily. But Robbie Peden certainly boxing very, very well in that round, and looks like he's on his way to the championship of the world to me.
Take that free hand and bust him behind.
Now, here's what we're trying to see. The heads did come. The heads did. Oh, yeah. The heads came together.
I think, as I said, 95% of cuts from headbutts or elbows, and I think it was definitely a head clash. But let's hope we don't. Let's hope that doesn't. There it is again. Look at that. Let's hope
that's a headbutt.
Yeah, because I figured it was a headbutt, Bob. But let's hope it doesn't have to come to a stoppage because of a cut eye.
Well, I hope it doesn't happen because it'll be controversial. It's not going to make any difference. The referee made the only ruling that he could make. He didn't see it as a headbutt, so he has to call it, what he sees. All he can call is what you see.
You keep him up. I'm sick. 1 point.
All right, now he's taking a point off Campbell. This is disastrous for Campbell.
Now keep him up. I warned you before. Listen, it's a world title fight, you mate. Keep it clean and tidy. Come on.
Well, besides the cut, now he's got the frustration of the low blow. And again, I point out in fairness that Peden has that protector very, very high. Hey, he's getting away with it. You get away with anything you can get away with.
Yeah, you do. That's professional boxing. Never a truer word's been said. In that squared circle, you get away with whatever you can get away with.
But you see, when he's hitting him with shots to the bottom rib, it's hitting on that protector. And John has been on his case throughout the fight about that. I mean, guys like Julio Cesar Chavez made careers and shots a lot south of the border.
So did I.
Robbie beat.
That was
I know you did.
That was my best shot. That left hook to the liver. That's my best shot. And the right drive to the body, but the left hook to the liver.
But the best thing for Robbie Peden is everything is working in his favor right now. He's getting the call. He got the point taken away from Campbell, and that's as good as knocking him down in the round. All he has to do is continue boxing, which he's doing magnificently right now as he blasted the body of his opponent, Nate Campbell. Campbell totally frustrated right now. Nothing working for him.
No, nothing working for him. And I tell you what, he was breathing heavily at the end of that round. He's very badly marked up around both eyes. He's only one chance at this stage I can see is to land that big bomb of his.
And I'll tell you, it's there because Robbie's hanging that left hand, and he doesn't want to take a chance. I mean, you can't get careless in a world title shot. Nate Campbell will tell you about that. It happened in the 5th round of him. He dropped his concentration for just a second, and Robbie jumped on him last time. And while everything is going Robbie's way right now, I mean, I gave Peden the 1st round, and I gave him 4 and 5, with Campbell winning the 2nd and 3rd round. But the fact that Campbell was cut in the 4th round and has lost the point for low blows here in the 6th round, he's in deep trouble right now in terms of trying to pull out a victory by boxing in this fight.
He really is in a lot of trouble, Nate Campbell. I'll tell you what, he's still got the punch there, though.
Yes, he has.
Robbie Peden's got to be careful.
Yeah, Robbie really doesn't want to get cocky. Just do what he's doing. He's outboxing the guy right now. Protect himself.
That was low.
Yeah.
That one was low.
Yeah, well, there I agree with John Wright. That was a low blow. So maybe John has seen a few things that we're not seeing.
Possibly, yep. But that was definitely a low blow.
Well, you know, Campbell trying to unleash his right-hand power shot on the inside. He wanted to fight on the inside. But what's remarkable to me, Robbie's beating him to the punch.
Oh, he's giving him plenty in there.
All right, there's the bell. Ending the 6th round. Well, that's a Peden round, 10-9. And then Peden gets an extra point, so it's a 10-8 round because, in reality, Campbell had a point taken off, so that's a 10-8 round.
It was a big round for Robbie Peden. He looked very, very good. Well, he appears to be getting stronger as the fight's going on, Robbie Peden.
Yeah, everything is going his way right now. It's terrific for Robbie. But again, you pointed out, Barry, he can't get careless because Campbell's still dangerous. When you wound a tough character like Campbell, he's still dangerous.
He's dangerous. One punch can finish this fight. Campbell tried the left hook to the body there, and it wasn't low. It was a good shot. Peden pushed him off. Peden working very well with both hands. Nate should concentrate on his job, not worry about the referee as much. Try and pinpoint his punches.
Yeah, he's really allowed the referee to frustrate him a bit. We're at the Vodafone Arena in Melbourne, Australia. I'm the Colonel Bob Sheridan. With me, the former world champ at 130 pounds, Barry Michael. And we've got a dandy of a fight. Robbie Peden is out in front of my scorecard now, 58-55, based on winning the last 3 rounds, but also a point being taken away from Nate Campbell for low blows in the 6th round. Nate was cut back in the 4th round. A lot of puffiness underneath the left eye by the 5th round and into the 6th round. You know what? Nate really has to load up some shots here.
He does. You know what, it's noticeable, Bob? Peden was hurt in the 2nd round a couple of times, but he hasn't really been badly shaken noticeably since. He seems to have been warmed up. His nervous system's warmed up, and he's got Campbell in trouble on the ropes here. He's hit him with a lot of shots. All
right, here is Peden loading him up. Campbell doesn't want to sit back there. He comes with uppercuts of his own on the inside. But Robbie wants to try and keep him in there. He forces him with his back up there. And John Wright says, let me have a time called here and let the doctor have another look at this cut. Remember the situation. If this fight is stopped now because of a cut, it's all over.
This is a world title fight.
Right hand over in this corner.
It'll be okay for the moment. He stops leading him beyond, we'll have to stop him. If he goes dead, we'll have to stop him.
All right, the doctor says I'm okay for the moment.
The
This is a good boxing commission here in Victoria under the tutelage of Bernie Bama, who is the director of boxing here and does a nice job. Round 7 continues. Loads up the right hand, does Campbell. It was ticketed to the left side of the jaw of Robbie Peden, but it didn't land. But it's still dangerous.
Still dangerous. One shot like that could change the fight.
Robbie still has a tendency, as I'm noticing, carrying that left hand low, and that can be dangerous. And you see Nate Campbell, who's a slick veteran, trying to sneak off that left shoulder of Peden, and he wants to throw that right hand. Peden doing a nice job on the inside, much better than I thought he could fight Nate on the inside. I'm very impressed.
He's fighting very well on the inside. He was shaking in the second, but he's dominated the inside fighting thing.
You know, he looks like he's got another cut on the inside with the,
that was
the left eye. Here's Campbell get caught again looking at the referee. Peden banged him, and now he calls timeout again. And the doctor will take another look because he's cut by the left eye as well.
That was a punch over here. That was a punch over there.
Both eyes are bad
Punch
now.
over here. Right hand.
I think he's going to let it go on.
No. You right? Good.
And the doctor says he's all right for the time being, but now he's cut by the left eye.
Nate Campbell's opportunity slipping away. Robbie Peden's on his way to the championship of the world. Only one thing's going to turn around for Campbell, and that's a big KO victory.
There's that forearm in the face. That's an illegal maneuver. And the referee warns Campbell that he's not going to put up with that sort of thing.
That was bad.
Yeah, it was. But he's totally frustrated, as you know, Barry. He's totally frustrated here. Nothing has gone his way. And Campbell just beating him up right now. I mean, Peden beating up Campbell right now.
He sure is.
Just doing a great job. The heads bang off each other again. Partially, that's the problem of Nate Campbell, because he's so weak right now. His head is down. Robbie, boy, he loads up the right hand and just catches a bit of the nose. Campbell tries to come back. Robbie doing a nice job on the inside. Now Campbell comes back, tries to nail him with shots, misses with the left hand, looking to land the big right hand. Bit of a low blow at the bell. That's another good round for Peden.
What a round. Campbell landed some bombs there towards the end of that round. Robbie Peden wore him well, fired back right on the end of the round. Another big round for Robbie Peden. End of round 7, Robbie Peden. The world title is virtually, it's so close within his grasp. Only one way can he lose this, and that's by a one-punch knockout. It's the only way I can see he can lose it at the moment. He's just that far in front, and Nate Campbell's in lots of trouble.
Well, he's 4 points ahead with 5 rounds to go. That's a comfortable lead.
Good punching from Robbie Peden. Got Nate Campbell pinned against the ropes. Campbell fires back with a couple of good head shots on the corner here. Good left hook. Robbie Peden relentless though, absolutely relentless.
And that goes, Barry, to the conditioning. See, that time he waited, he looks for the referee and he gets nailed. Then out of frustration, uses his forearm. All right, here we go, round number 8. Bob Sheridan with Barry Michael, working with us, Paul Upham. And now again, the doctor takes a look at the eyes. That's about the 5th time the ref has dragged him over to see the doctor.
Yep. As I said before the fight, I thought his eyes weren't too good. You know, he's got a fair bit of scar tissue there. But Nate Campbell, he's got to pull something out of the fire. Otherwise, I reckon it's over, Bob.
He has no shot unless he can land a big right hand. And that can happen, folks, because Robbie, while he's looking terrific right now, he hangs that left hand low. And I don't like him wagging his head inside like that. It'll be a desperation punch by Nate. There it is. But it caught him high and behind the head. You know, it's there. Robbie can be nailed by a right hand, and he's got to be careful. He's so close to winning a world title right now, but Nate is still a dangerous puncher. He's not out on his feet by any way, shape, or manner. Robbie's having his way out boxing him. Remember, Peden was in trouble back in the 2nd round. And then the cut occurred over the right eye of Campbell in the 4th round. Then he had a point taken away in the 6th round, and then he was cut again in the 6th round, and his Peden is having to get his Campbell's in trouble. Right hand, he catches the foot, and you may be right. Campbell may be in trouble now. He's looking like he's ready to go. Look at these shots by Robbie Peden. That's Campbell has the hang on. He gets banged by the left hook. Now look at those eyes. Now it looks real serious to me. This time he doesn't have the doctor come in. He says, but the blood is streaming from both eyes of Nate Campbell. Not good. He loads up the right hand. Peden had better stop leaning that chin forward. He's this close to winning the world title with 1:33 to go, and this is 8th round of the scheduled championship 12-round fight. Robbie does not want to get careless, though. Everything is going his way. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Robbie Peden absolutely relentless at the moment. That was a low blow, too. Nate Campbell in desperate trouble here.
Just about a minute to go in the 8th round. There's a good right hand. He did land on the left side of the jaw of Robbie Peden. It is there. If Nate can land it a few times, Robbie is really throwing caution to the wind because he's landing so many punches. All he cares about right now is offense. And maybe that's the way to try to finish this fight off. I just don't want to see anything happen. You see what I mean, folks, about that right hand? You saw what I mean, Barry.
Big power. But Robbie's relentless, and he's in superb condition. He's weathered those shots well. He's on his way to the world title.
Well, the frustration that Nate has put up, but as that right hand again, he loaded it up. This is where Nate wants to fight. And while Robbie seems to be beating him the punch to the inside, Nate is still very dangerous with the right hand. Robbie's just relentless on it.
Absolutely relentless.
Look at this 8th round action with 20 seconds to go in the 8th round. Are these guys working hard for the title? There's no quitting Nate Campbell, and he's a beaten-up fighter. Listen